Hello and welcome back to Visit Fylde Coast. What an absolutely glorious, beautiful day. It's Monday, June the 21st, 2022 as I'm videoing this. I'm not sure when you'll get to see it, but I've plonked myself right in the middle of the comedy carpet, right in front of the Blackpool Tower to show you this gorgeous, beautiful blue sky and of course the gorgeous, beautiful tower. So I think today Blackpool's got its hat on. It's in a fabulously holiday mood. And why else would you not want to come to Blackpool? So I thought while the weather is obliging and I'm strolling about at lunchtime. What time is it now? It's 5 to 1. It's 5 to 1. So it's not even at its highest point yet. I thought we would have a look at 20 good reasons to book a holiday here on the Fylde Coast. If you needed any convincing. And any explanation. So the Fylde Coast stretches from Lytham, right at the end down there, which is the one with the windmill. St Anne's is the one with the pier. Then you've got Blackpool in the middle. And then if we were to turn round, and we've got a really, really, really good telephoto lens. Next stop is Bispham, then Cleveland's, then Fleetwood. And there's a river on both ends. There's a river Wyre at that end, and it's the River Ribble at that end near Lytham. So it's a little sort of outcrop of land. And it's a fabulous place to come for a holiday because there's all the razzmatazz of Blackpool, and then there's all the things that are on offer at all the other towns as well. So there's literally something for everybody. Now I'm a little bit passionate about this place, as you've probably noticed. I'm sure you've watched enough of my videos to know that, well, quite keen on it, I must say. So what we want to know with this video is what's your primary reason for coming on holiday here? And have you got any more ideas? Have you got any ideas that I've missed? Because I bet there's loads more that I've not thought about. So let's start at the top. Let's start at the top with number one, and it's open all year round. So some seaside resorts, they go as dull as ditch water in winter. Now the weather might be as dull as ditch water. It might not be like this. It might not be beautiful blue skies in winter, but we've got all the illuminations and all that kind of stuff. Christmas is now a special event at Blackpool, and the Fylde Coast towns really don't close for the season. Coming in at number two, it's a friendly place to visit. If you go and talk to people in shops, and I guarantee you, if I went and sat down on one of these benches, I could strike a conversation up with a complete random stranger. There's entertainment for everybody. I'm on the seafront now, I'm at Tower Festival Headland, and just even if I turned in a circle, there's just so much to do. There's entertainment, free entertainment at the end of the pier. There's all the playground attractions. There's the Kings and Queens show at that end of the pier. There's Madame Tussauds and Sea Life Centre and Peter Rabbit, not forgetting Peter Rabbit. Amusement arcades, Sea Life Centre. Did I say that once? Coral Island. There's a posh bar in the Spyglass building, and that's soon to be Sam's venue when it's finished. There's Wetherspoons. Wetherspoons aplenty. Obviously the Blackpool Tower. The gorgeous Blackpool Tower. Show you again just in case you've forgotten in a minute. Carrying on, there is a rumour that something's happening in the old Woolies building, but next to it, the hole-in-one Adventure Golf has just opened, and next door to that is Viva Shore Bar, and the grill downstairs. I'm looking along the rest of the promenade, and then there's the pier, the other pier, another pier. So you've got the bar at this end. There's all the lovely, lovely pier to look at and walk on. And then at that end is the Bloom bar and the garden bar, and of course the Joe Longthorne Theatre. And that's just what we can actually see. So how many other places can you say that for? Which leads me on to number 4, which is so much to see and do. So if that's not your cup of tea, you can go in there in LI building and look at the boats, which we did last week on our video. There's all kinds of things to do. Just at the back of these seafront buildings is the town centre, with not a bad selection of shops. We've got donkeys on the beach, you can build sandcastles, you can have a bucket of candy floss, you can just poodle about and sit on a bench. There's literally something for everybody. And there's plenty of free things to do as well. If you look at our Visit Fylde Coast website, we've actually got a list of free things that you can do, because we're all hard up, aren't we? And when you've done paying your gas bill, you might have got 2 and 6 left to actually spend on yourself. So there are plenty of free things to do in this land. There's all the bright lights of Blackpool. You can have coast or countryside, because if you just head inland slightly, first stop is probably Stanley Park, the glorious Stanley Park. But there's loads of really nice countryside, especially when you go out into that reaches of St Anne's and Lytham and Cleveley's and Fleetwood. Fylde Coast in winter is quite special. I mean, it's lovely today. Everybody's sunbathing and paddling. I mean, it's reasonably busy for a Monday. The schools are not off, to my knowledge. But the Fylde Coast in winter is quite special. It's different every day, and the views, well, the views are amazing. I just turned round at the wrong second then, didn't I? Need to face this way and show you the views. And when you get the sunsets, oh, the sunsets. When I was a kid, my dad was always taking photos of the sunset, and I used to say, oh, don't take another sunset. And now I do it, because they just all look so lovely. So this year again, as in the last few years, the Blackpool Illuminations are being extended. So they're going to be on all the way through Christmas. So the headland, like it was last year, is going to be, I believe, transformed again into some kind of Christmas grotto. And there's going to be Christmas lights and proper illuminations lights. So that'll be something to look forward to in that dark, dismal weather. There's plenty of places to dine out as well. The food and drink is actually quite amazing. So you've got kind of Wetherspoons. Just at the back of here, there's McDonald's. You've got places like Coral Island, which have got their own cafes inside, and kids eat free with a paying adult. Plenty of places to eat, all the things you shouldn't be eating, like donuts. Very tantalising are the donuts. But it's a really good food offering. There's quite a few new interesting bars opening as well in the town centre. I've already mentioned shopping, but we've got the town centre. You can just see the cross on the church. It's upstairs above some of the shops on Bankay Street, but the shops are literally on top of the seafront. You've probably noticed while we've been standing here, loads of seagulls swooping about. And if you like that kind of thing, if you like animals and wildlife, it's actually quite an interesting place, because seagulls are a bit Marmite. I mean, I love them, but I know not everybody does. But believe it or not, we actually see dolphins and porpoise offshore. And in fact, down at the south end of Blackpool, down there at the Solaris Centre, people watch and record how many dolphins and porpoise they've seen. So we've also got traditional seaside towns. So St Anne's is very Victorian seaside. There's a lovely paddling pool and a bandstand and whatnot at St Anne's, and it's very much got that traditional feel to it. And then there's quiet getaways. So if you want somewhere quiet, you can go to, for example, Fleetwood and take a walk on the Esplanade, which is like a gentle perambulation. A gentle perambulation as they used to do back in the day. And while we're in Fleetwood, that's the place that you need to be heading for if you like history and heritage, because the place is packed with it. A lot of the history and heritage in Blackpool is quite obvious to see. You can see Blackpool Tower before you know where you are. And obviously that's a fascinating historical building in its own right. But this is one of the first seaside places, all the Fylde coast, to be developed in the country, and there's literally heritage everywhere you look. And I've already mentioned rural towns and villages. So you've got little places like Poulton, which is a market town not far inland from Cleveland. Perhaps I should have put this one at the beginning. At number 18, I've got support UK tourism, because we've had a bit of a pickle in the last few years, haven't we? We've had people confined to barracks because of the COVID pandemic, and I know you don't get guaranteed sunshine, and it's not like this every day. But is British Seaside that bad? Can't you agree that getting wet and putting your hood up and feeling cold is part of a British Seaside experience? And still on a similar subject, there's travel and logistics, because I don't know about you, but I definitely do not want to go and fight in an airport terminal. I couldn't think of anything more awful if I tried. Frankly, the thought of it leaves me cold with horror. And just finally on that note, number 20, jabs, diseases and hygiene, because I tell you something, I'd be the one that ended up getting struck down with dengue fever or something. So you know in Britain that we've got hygiene ratings on food places, we've got health and safety inspectors. No, it's not a perfect recipe, and I know some places are minging and get away with it, but by and large Britain is reasonably clean, and you don't need any jabs before you set off either. So I think that's my top 20. That's my top 20 list of why you should be coming on holiday in Britain. And when you look at these guys sat outside the beach house, sunning themselves, I think it's a very good idea. So we've got loads of information on all the Visit Fylde Coast websites. There's a link to the weather cams, so you can watch the weather cams. You can book your accommodation with our accommodation guide in association with Stay Blackpool. And there's loads of choice of videos to watch if you're not convinced. If you need any more encouraging, just work your way through the hundreds of videos on our YouTube channel, and you'll find lots of places to visit and lots of good reasons why you need to come here. So I hope you've enjoyed that video. I hope you've enjoyed that my 20 reasons to book your holiday here on the Fylde Coast. If you've got any others, if you've got any that you'd like to add, pop them in the comments. If there's any that you disagree with, feel free to disagree. So which is your top one? Which is your top reason? Or is it just because you like it? That's as good a reason as any. It's just nice. So thanks for watching. Make sure that you've subscribed. Make sure that you've hit the little bell for notifications. Don't forget to sign up for your Visit Fylde Coast email newsletter. And then you'll get all the latest information straight into your inbox, events, the whole shooting match. And until next time, we will see you soon. Bye for now.